Hi everyone, as you can see I grow quite a bit of dill, and this year I grow more than I can use. So although I can grow dill all year round, I don't want to just throw it away. So I'm gonna show you how I freeze my dill, and also at the same time I'm gonna show you how I freeze parsley, as I have a lot of parsley growing too. So I don't just cut the dill, and I'm actually gonna pick most of it today, as it is way too much to use for cooking and I don't want it to go to waste. So today I'll show you how I do it. However, before I wash it and freeze it, I'll show you what I do with it so it stays fresher when I freeze it. As you can see, I got quite a bit of dill going on here, and this is actually only about, I would say a quarter of the dill that I have growing in the garden. And before proceeding to the next step for freezing it, I'm gonna let the dill, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the parsley, I'm gonna let them sit in water for a couple of hours. I want them to soak up as much water as possible, because it does stay fresher longer when you let it sit in water. And here is all the parsley I'm planning on freezing, so I'm going to do exactly the same thing with it. Stick it in water and let it sit with the dill for a couple of hours. Isn't it pretty? And you can see now how much fresher and how much firmer. The parsley wasn't too bad, but the dill was pretty wimpy. But you can see how much firmer it is right now, so I'm gonna wash it and I'm gonna be right back. Alright, so I washed both the dill and the parsley. I'm gonna get rid of the thicker, harder ends, and you can freeze those and use them for soups and stuff. Alright, I'll separate it a little bit, make it easier to chop. And it doesn't have to be chopped very finely, because when it freezes it softens up. I much rather use the parsley and dill both frozen than dried. They have a lot more flavor. They do taste like fresh herbs when you take them out of the freezer, and I just like it better this way. So I'm gonna use Tupperware, and you can use mason jars or something deeper, but when it's frozen it's much easier to use something like this to get them out and use the amount that you wanna use for cooking than having to dig inside a very narrow jar. So I'll put the parsley here. So I'm gonna put a layer of parsley, and then I'm gonna add salt. Alright, and then I'm gonna put, oops, this one is still too big. Then I'm gonna put another layer of parsley, and this way I have fresh parsley when I need it. I mean, it's frozen, but the flavor, it's pretty much the same as when it's fresh. It does smell really strong, like parsley, not unlike if it's dried. Especially dry parsley, it doesn't really smell like anything, to be honest with you. But both the parsley and the dill keep such a great flavor when they're frozen. All right, I'm gonna add some salt, and then I'm gonna add the rest of my parsley. And then I'll close it with the lid, and of course at the end I will come and show you guys what it looks like in a few hours, what it looks like when it's being frozen and before I use it. And over here it's what the dill looks like. It is much easier to use it from a container like this than from a mason jar. I used to do mason jars, I don't do it anymore. So I'll see you in a few hours and show you what these guys look like when they're frozen. So I couldn't find the original clip, and here I am exactly 1 year later. That's December 11, 2019. The video was filmed in December of 2018, but you can see how fresh the dill still looks a year later. I don't have any of the parsley left, but it looks exactly the same as when I froze it, and I'm not sure if it's the salt or the container, but it looks and smells like dill. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Goodbye.